Welcome to another edition of TravelON Tech, where Mr. TravelON shows you the latest tech, whether it be to do with travel or general lifestyle, and that is what this review is all about. I was recently sent an Ultrahuman Ring Air. Now, a lot of you will say because it was sent to me, then it's not a real review. But as I always say to my listeners, if anybody sends anything for me to try, if it's no good, I just won't post the video. So let's get into the Ultrahuman Ring Air and tell you what it's all about. Well, there's loads of tech gadgets coming out, isn't there? We've gone from smartphones to smartwatches and now to smart rings. Now, the reason I fancied trying one of these was because I have a smartwatch and, to be honest, it doesn't really do anything other than tell the time. I mean, we've got that on our phones, haven't we? And what I find about wearing a watch is, one, when I'm working on the computer, it can bang around, and it's also quite heavy. So a ring is absolutely ideal because it's on your finger. It's not going to disturb your sleep either, so you can wear it pretty much all the time except for when you need to charge it. So for me, I think the move from smartwatch to smart ring is a very smart move indeed. But anyway, let's jump in and let's have a look at this ultimate Ultrahuman Ring Air. So straight away, it comes in a good box, so it's a big tick from me. As you can see, I'm one of these sad people that collects and saves all their boxes, and this box is top quality. On opening it up, you are displayed with the Ultrahuman Ring, but underneath that, you've got all the instructions and everything you need, and the charging station as well. Because it's a smart ring, it needs to be charged. Now, the charging station is only small, very easy to plug in with a cable, which is provided as well, by the way. A lot of these tech companies these days, even when you buy a mobile phone, don't even send you with the right cables and the charger. But this one comes with a very, very good quality USB-C. So very easy to charge your ring. Now, I've been using the ring for quite a while now, and I can tell you that the charge is really, really good. You get about 3 days with one charge, I find anyway. So when you order your Ultrahuman Ring Air, well, there is a first step to doing this, and I'm going to put the link below because on the day of making this video, it is almost Black Friday and there's some fantastic offers at the moment. So if you do want to grab yourself a bargain, well, try and get that Black Friday deal. If not, then there is a link below and you will get a discount anyway, so do not worry about that. But let me tell you about ordering the product. Well, it's very simple. You can order it on the website, but the first thing that you do need to order is a ring sizing kit. Now, that arrives within 1 to 2 days. I would recommend you doing this. I was going to guess the size of the ring, and thank goodness I didn't, because the ring that I would have guessed would have been the wrong size. So you do need to do this. This is not a huge investment, but it's also not a small investment. Technology is pricey these days, so you want to make sure you get the exact size that you need. So when you order your ring size kit, it will arrive and it will come with a selection of different sizes. This way, it will show you exactly what size you need. Now, when I ordered, I actually went with this finger here. To be honest, and this is my only advice to you, I would personally choose this finger here because when it's on your index finger, it can get caught and it can get in the way of things. Whereas when it's on this finger, I think it would be a little bit more protected. Now, the cover and the coating, you can choose different styles as well. You can see you've got the raw titanium, which is the one I went for. You've got gold, you've got silver, you've got shiny silver, you've also got black. So you've got a choice of different colors as well. Another reason that you definitely need to measure with the ring sizing kit is because of this little node here. Don't go by the fact that you know what ring size you are, because this does make a difference. Now, while I went for the bigger size to fit on the index finger, a smaller size would have been absolutely perfect. In fact, it was 2 sizes smaller to fit on this finger here. So when you order the kit, you can actually try, you can sleep with it on, you can walk around with it on and see how you feel. Like I said, a little tip for you, I wish I'd have gone for this finger here, but I'm very happy with it on here. It isn't causing me any problems whatsoever. But top tip, try and go for that finger, unless you prefer this finger, of course. So what does the Ring do? What does it record? How's it going to help? Well, it's called Ultrahuman because it's all about health. Now, you know me from other videos. I do try and keep healthy, but there are certain things that I don't know whether I'm being healthy or not. One is sleep. Am I getting enough sleep? Two is caffeine. I don't drink tea or coffee, but I do actually take caffeine tablets. I know it sounds very strange, but there is a certain time where you should take caffeine. And the app actually tells you and calculates the best window for you. So within the first week or so, it will know exactly when you've took your caffeine because your heart rate will increase and your blood flow will increase and everything will increase. And it will calculate that to give you what's called a caffeine window. Then it will mean that it will tell you the best time to take it. Will it be straight away when you wake up? Probably not, because you have to let your body adjust. And that's one of the mistakes that I've been making. So I've now delayed the caffeine intake until a little bit later. I was also having caffeine quite late in the day as well, which would have been affecting my sleep. So the Ultrahuman Ring actually told me the window when I should take caffeine, whether that be a cup of coffee for normal people or a caffeine tablet or supplement for weirdos like me. I've got to say that smart devices all pretty much do the same, don't they? How many steps have you done? How many calories have you burned? What's your heart rate? All this sort of stuff. Unless you use them, you don't really use them, do you? But with the sleep patterns, now this is something that this is above and beyond any smart device that I have. The information that it gives you about sleep is just phenomenal. I have learned so much over the last couple of weeks on my sleep patterns. Number one, am I getting enough sleep? Well, I'm an early to bed, early to rise man, so I'm actually getting enough sleep. But what it does do is it takes you through the levels of sleep that you're getting. How much of a deep sleep are you getting? How much of a sort of medium sleep? When are you awake through the night? Are you tossing and turning throughout the night? Are you actually having a good sleep? And every morning, rather than grab the phone and go straight to social media or emails or flick through, which is a terrible thing to do, I know, but every morning I can grab the phone and I can open the Ultrahuman app and it will tell me my sleep score for that night, which I found very, very interesting and also very, very helpful. It's sort of put into perspective. If I'm having a bad day, a moody day, or a stressful day, I can relate that back to my sleep score and think to myself, well, look, I now need to get a little bit more sleep tonight in order to make up for the lack of sleep the night before. However, my sleep score is relatively good. Moving on to steps and how many steps a day, it will actually tell you and set you goals for how many steps you should be doing. And it also keeps you moving and keeps you motivated. Now, I know this can be a little bit irritating and a little bit condescending when you're sat here doing your work. If you work in an office, obviously if you're an active person, your job involves walking around all day long or being on your feet. You don't have to worry so much. But if you are that type of person that works sat down, or you're just a bit of a couch potato and you spend a lot of time sitting down, well, the Ring will alert you and say, come on, get up and do some movement, which I also thought was a fantastic way to sort of at least try and keep fit and healthy, because you can forget how long you've been sat, how long you've been watching the TV, flicking through social media, and the Ring will actually tell you via the app, a notification will come up and say, come on, it's time to get moving. Now, stepwise, obviously, this is another way to track your steps and track the amount of calories that you've used as well. Again, your smartwatch will do this, your phone will do this, but unless you're using it, you're not actually going to be recording anything. So this keeps a record of everything. And because it's so small and because it's a ring and because you pretty much wear rings anyway, don't you? It's not as if it's there. Like I said before, watches really tend to bulk out a little bit. I don't like sleeping in them. I certainly don't like showering and stuff like that. So they're on and off. And when I walk around, it can get a bit sweaty. And also when I'm typing on the computer, it can bang and knock. And it just annoys me. So this has been a perfect solution for me. Now, one thing I will say about the app is it does need a little bit of understanding. It's very simple once you get into it, but you are going to at least have to invest a little bit of time in understanding all the graphs and the charts. When I say a little bit of time, I mean it's very self-explanatory. But with all these smart devices, they're only smart if They have a smart-ish human to let them know what they need to be smart about. Now, with the app, you can also log activity. So if you're doing exercise or you go to the gym, maybe you're doing an aerobics class or something, or you're going to work out, you can actually add that as an event. So what it will do is calculate that, and it will sort of give you a sort of different score to say, okay, you've done this activity here. So we know that that is why your heart rate was increased. We know that that's maybe not to do with stress. Stress wise, well, I'll tell you what, I thought I was a very stressful person. The ring has told me differently. I think maybe I've got a quiet life. I don't know. But it does also tell you your stress levels throughout the day. So if you are in quite a high-powered job or a stressful job, or you're just a very stressful, anxious person, it will tell you as and when your stress levels have sort of risen. So you can deal with that on a sort of daily, weekly, monthly basis and look back on that and say, well, what made me stressed at that time, and look at the effect it had on my body and my record of stress levels, heart rate, things like that. So it's really, really interesting to monitor your health. Now, you can also log when you eat as well to see how that affects your body in general. However, they are bringing out a new glucose monitor. Now, I believe that these monitors will stick on your arm and they will link to the app and the ring itself and will tell you your glucose. This is something I cannot wait to try. So I'm hoping that the guys at Ultrahuman like this review and like this video and will send me that to give you guys a look at that. This is something I've been very interested in a long time. When I eat, sometimes I feel a little bit bloated, a little bit tired, a little bit sluggish. And I know that is to do with glucose levels and insulin levels. So I think these new patches that are coming out from Ultrahuman, where you put them on your arm and it will link to that, will give you such a sort of overall view of your health. And I think investment wise, if there's one thing that you should be investing in, it's your health, isn't it? We can all go out and buy gadgets and gizmos. I mean, you can see the amount of gadgets and gizmos I've got behind me. But when it comes to health, we tend to take a step back, you know? And I don't know what it is about humans, but do we want to be ultra human? We should do, shouldn't we? We should be looking into the health benefits of everything and really focusing on that, rather than the everyday life and the things that are pushed and programmed into us to tell us this is what we want. I don't think so. I think what we really want is to be fit and healthy and to feel good. And this is one step towards doing that. Now, before I was sent this product, I was actually looking into buying one of these rings, and I looked around at Samsung. There's many out there. But the one thing that Ultrahuman did stand out for is you don't have to pay a subscription. A lot of these smart rings or smart devices, yes, you have to buy the device itself, but there's a subscription involved, and that's a monthly subscription. That can add up over time depending on how long you subscribe for. With the Ultrahuman, well, you order it, you get it, and you've got everything that you need. You don't have to make any further investment unless you want to cover it for damages, where there is sort of an insurance policy that you can take out called Ultrahuman X. The Ultrahuman app is fully customizable as well, and you can actually add 3 extra apps on top of that, one of which is how much vitamin D you're getting, how much light exposure you're getting. Now, I know a lot of my followers are in the UK and Ireland. You don't get much sun there, but getting out in the fresh air and the sun is also very important. So you can add that to your customized app so it can tell you exactly how much light exposure you're getting. Not only, as I said, has it got the caffeine window app, but for the ladies out there, if you're pregnant, it also will monitor your pregnancy journey and give you hints and tips along the way. And it will also monitor your cycles as well, which is very useful for us gents, so we know when to steer clear. So as I said, I have been tracking my health for the last couple of weeks, but to give you an example of a typical day in Mr. TravelON's life, well, this Friday just gone, I had a movement score of 86. That's 9,511 steps. Wasn't a very active day for me, if I'm honest with you, but I did use 3,034 calories. I probably ate more than that on that day, to be honest. It is Friday. It's the end of the week. It was definitely movie night. So I know for a fact I probably overate. And if you've got other apps which sort of monitor your calories, at least you can see that, can't you? You can say, well, I used this many calories today, but I've eaten this many calories. And then you can see if you're in a weight loss journey, which, by the way, is another part of the future of this ring where it can monitor your weight loss as well. There's so many new things that are coming out as you look through the different apps and the different things that they're going to be offering, because they're going to be constantly updating all the software and the firmware of the application. So weight loss wise, it's fantastic to be able to monitor that, because it'll tell you how many calories you sort of burnt throughout the day, and therefore you know how many you should have eaten. Or if you've done well, give yourself a pat on the back for being in what's called a calorie deficit. My sleep score was 88, and you can really go into the sleep, like I said, and you can see exactly how much of a tossing and turning, how much you were awake during that night. It tells you your temperature, and it also sort of gives you hints and tips of getting a better night's sleep. Now, I only had just over 6 hours sleep that night. Again, not a lot for Mr. TravelON, so I must have been really in a bad mood on Saturday. But from that and seeing how much I wriggled and tossed and turned on that day, well, I can see my heart rate, I can see everything, and I can sort of make plans for an earlier night the next day just to catch up on that sleep. And it will also tell you if you need to catch up on sleep as well. It will sort of say to you, look, you've got 2 hours of sleep to catch up on this day or this week. So you can sort of monitor that, get to bed early, and just try and keep your sleep patterns regular. Because again, sleep does affect everything you do for the following day. If you haven't had a good night's sleep, you know the next day you feel awful. So you can at least see how you're getting on and if you need to make any changes to your sleep routine or when you get to bed. All in all, I'm super impressed with the Ultrahuman Ring Air. It's certainly something I'm going to be wearing on a regular basis. I'm going to be tracking my health along the way. Like I said, I can't wait to see when the glucose monitor comes out. I'm hoping to give that a try as well, because I think that will really help everybody in general, so we can see what we're eating and how it's affecting our body. But should you buy the Ultrahuman Ring Air? Well, if your budget allows it and you're willing to make that investment in your health, which is one of the most important things, then I definitely think it will go towards making you a better person, or an ultra human, as they say. Now, like I said at the time of recording this video, it is Black Friday, so I'm going to put a link below. There are some offers on at the moment, but you will find offers throughout the year as well. So just keep an eye out on what these guys are doing and what offers they have, and I'm sure you'll be able to grab yourself an absolute bargain along the way. I will, however, say if you're one of these people that are just going to buy something, wear it, and not actually use the data that it's providing, then it's not for you. This is something for people that really want to better their lives, better their health, and are willing to put a little bit of time investment, not into learning so much because it's very self-explanatory, but to at least be able to read and monitor the data in order to make improvements. There's no point in something like this telling you that you need more sleep, and then you're going to sit up till 2, 3 in the morning scrolling through social media and get no sleep. So if you're looking to better your life, better your health, then this is certainly something that can go a long way towards it. I'd like to thank the guys at Ultrahuman for sending me this product. I'm really pleased with it. And well, you'll see it in future videos, I'm sure, and you'll see when I'm out and about filming and making videos for you guys. I'm sure you'll see this on, especially when I do a lot of pointing, don't I, in my videos? So you'll be able to see when I'm monitoring my health and when I'm not, and give me a nudge in the right direction. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, links below for everything that you need. And if you want me to review any travel tech, any tech in general, or anything, just let me know. I'm willing to give anything a try just to show you lot exactly what it's like before you go out and buy it. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Turn on the notifications with the finger, and I shall see you in the next one. From me and the Ultrahuman Ring, it's goodbye. See you later.